Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Nanaya Radio. You can call me Nanaya18. This is the big conversation, the big review. Obrafuor by Muka is 20 years old. I don't know how old you were when the song dropped in 1999. I mean, when the album came out in 1999. I know my age and I know what it did to me. As a young boy growing up, me and my boys, it was about that tape. And Charlie Yebe argues, 20 years later, what's up with Obrafuor's album? Is it indeed the album of all time? Is it indeed the game changer? Is it indeed the hip life definition of what it's supposed to be? I'm here with amazing people. I'm here with some guys from MuseAfrica, your favorite bloggers, your favorite pundits on Big Talk, and today is the big conversation. I'm also here with a living legend, a producer, Sidia. You guys know him from a lot of songs, but he will tell you himself. But one song I know that you love is Be Kwamami by Kobina, produced by himself. You also heard Wuter's AK-47, produced by himself. Co-wrote that record as well. So, I mean, this conversation is going to be exciting. And the rule is very simple. We will play the songs on the Obrafuor album, and then everybody will share an opinion. It's that simple. And we're doing this out of love for the living legend Obrafuor and all the guys that made the Muka album happen. I'm sure most of these guys were like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 when the album was released. You know what I mean? But it's all good. So we're going to get into it. I mean, I have Eric Tosca here. You guys know NYB, host of Big Talk. You guys know the living legend himself. Like I said, Sidia is in the building. Long John is in the building. X Shay on you. But I mean, yo, come on, X Shay on you. But currently Fontana's publicist, road manager Alexander Zeda, right? Zeda of Ghana Nyum. Like I said, I go by the name Nanaya Radio. You can call me Nanaya18. It's a big conversation. So when we come back, we're going straight into it. You will love this. This is freestyle. You have to see me. We'll be right back. Okay, so if you come back, I'll play the first intro, right? You guys ready? Yeah. Alright guys, welcome back. I mean, this is still the big conversation. This is what I'll be doing from time to time. It's called what you're listening to right now. And what I'm listening to right now is Obrafuor's album. Now, Eric, what's up with you? How old were you when the Obrafuor album came out?
5'4".
5'4". Like, are you going backwards or are you going forward? Tomorrow you say 5'4".
4 or 5.
Okay. Long John, how old were you when the album came out?
I was 4.
You were 4 years?
4 years.
Zeda?
9.
I don't like 6, 7.
6, 7. Kwame, you didn't know for us, he said. Because Kwame used to, you know, Kwame way back, you know, was a dope. But Kwame, where were you when the album dropped?
Let's say I was home. Me in a day house where the album dropped. A day school, alright, but not a day where I hear the album, where the thing they pop. I'm like, Charlie, who be this new guy? Because that time now, we dey feel Reggie. You understand?
Yeah.
Reggie Day, that time, we in rap, they pop. We all be like, Reggie, wait, I don't know if it's the kind of
Yeah.
Those times, those be the people.
And for those who don't know, like Sydney Squad,
yeah,
the Sydney Squad.
Yeah, those times, we dey feel Nananum, those times, we know they think of some new cuts bringing something in like that. So as that rap come in, we all start what is this new thing where nobody they do, where we didn't expect say those particular type of rap go fi overshadow what already they, because those times now we learn with the rap like the Americans, you know, Reggie Debs they pick somebody in beat, they go lay them, then they rap on them. So
like keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah, on the road, all those times. Then I think Bookback was there. Was it Bookback or the old? Some talking drums guys. By then.
Oh no, there was the NFL. There was the Eddie Blaze Squad.
Eddie Blaze Squad.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we are back from that little commercial break. So we are going to go into it, the album. I know that you can't wait to hear what these guys have to say. Me too. I can't wait to hear. I don't have an opinion here. I'm just the moderator. I'm just going to play the record, and then people are going to tell us what they think and if it's a vibe or if it's not a vibe. Mind you, this album is 20 years old. So however it sounds, you need to give credit to the producers, Wave and Hammer of the last two. All right, Charlie, let's get into it. So on the Muka album was the intro, and this is how the intro sounded. Do we have it? No. I'm about to break enemies in this house. Ready to bring the pain you never really have for like this from the regular. We are saying my son. Be mine, and they got mine. Or do want my body, no charge, or the end, baby, I said, Siamra, you may have said, yes, Obrafuor, my back. If I ain't your bonnet, a foot to accommodate the cocobo, it's in a and the sign, and I'm a phone, the young for I'll go in friend a rap. I'm penny for to the drink as a Harry, Abagana. A man for a Jumanason, near Obrafuor, my soul. Assalamu alaikum. Dia ni fani benkum. Bomo puno kumpum. Mutie di dia betum. Etmuni masum fita na tuntum na se na tie boko. Enye gidi Obrafuor misika ina hoping tin. Mutie tinya amamre kwanso gudin. Ensu minkum nipa manu ne tutu fopa. Kokobo fisa semye de kan. Ni akasa na mekan kamano be de meta trema. Mebo trema shedi ampon. Yankopon na da na tie Obrafuor rap so for me your this year. Muka, when you are going in fit and see Muka, Muka, money who are dance here. Muka, as in a brony and cat here. Muka, Muka, money who are dance here. Muka, as in a brony and cat. Muka, when you are going in fit and see Muka. Okay. Long John. Open the door. Relax. We'll open the door later. Alright, guys, so that was the intro to the album. Let me start with Zeda. Zeda, what do you think?
So, it reminds me of this deck thing that we have that was called Pieces.
Yeah.
So that was what my dad had. So, and we had a shop, so like a beer bar. So that cassette was out. So I always have to go and take it and put it in the Pieces thing before I'll be able to listen to it. That's the first thing I could remember right after we finished. Cause like I was like, but this song I listened to it way back. That was the first thing I could remember. And when you hear that intro, you are like, okay, it's like the beginning of greatness. That's the only thing that is. It takes me way back. I'm like, but I was using that Pieces to listen to that. Because I don't have a digital, I don't remember ever having a digital copy of. All I remember is that cassette player whereby you have to slot it in, press play, and you just increase the volume and you just listen to it. Boom. And you know, at that time, they did everything on point. It's not now that we are doing digitization and all. So the instrumentation, when you are hearing it, it's on point. It's on point.
Tosca. What do you think? The intro to the album.
The intro talks about the content. It makes you know, Charlie, this is what it's about to talk about. Everything you have to know, everything you need to know. and he was telling you, go get it. Koto.
That's
Like, even the intro, pen crap,
They
will
tell
be
you to go buy
dope.
am.
One, two, I won't say why you're home. Listening to the intro, be like,
What do you think about the words, about for piecing words together in the intro? What do you think?
from the point he cleared his truth, it was like something you're about to hear greatness. Or proper kwamaba.
Long John,
Chairman.
what do you think?
Well, very dope. Very dope intro. I think the intro speaks about the album in a whole. Muka in English means like you are going to confess. You understand? So what I feel is, since this is his first album, he wants Ghanaians to confess that he's indeed the greatest. And it has really proven till date, no one can hit this album out of its position. It is the greatest.
NYB.
So the first one was the cough. When he coughed, the first thing that came into my mind was, oh, so this way Bob got the cough that is and the intro is amazing, and the one thing I can think about is the production side of you. You could feel how heavy the beat is. Right now, if you're listening to Ghana music, it's more like you hear tones. You don't really hear the bass, but the way the bass is settled in, you could get the percussions and then the kick. Everything. The intro was on point, and it was like a prophecy.
Wow.
Rap is in Ghana, and I'm willing to run with it. So it was really prophetic, and it's a strong intro, and I'm sure that's why the album was amazing.
See, so let's talk about production side. I mean, you're a producer. So, what are some of the elements in this production that makes it so unique?
Like now we are all talking about Afrobeat, and everything is now Afro. We are talking about African instruments, but funny enough, all these things were in there. You could hear a xylophone starting that song. Just imagine, we are talking about 20 years from now. The xylophone did, the guitar did inside. You hear ting, 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 ting. You hear the xylophone, which were all mallet-based instruments. Boom, 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 boom. That one alone, self, they tell you, say, we day house. Now, Medina, so you're there in Obrafuor. Now, if we talk about Obrafuor, we all know Obrafuor is somebody that you can let go. If you are talking about kinship, if you are talking about protection, in the law court, we have Obrafuors who we call as the police people now. When you go to the traditional ruler's house, you need an Obrafuor. If they tell you, say, make the Obrafuor can't carry you, then you yourself, say, problem. So even the name Obrafuor alone, plus the African tones which are in the production, we are talking about drums. You can hear all those from based drums. That's why you're saying the sound is so heavy. But the psychology behind the whole music was more or less like African, because the person that we are producing is African.
But it's funny you said that, because Hammer of the Last Two made us understand that they produced this album without ever entering into a studio.
Yes.
So the very first time they got exposed to a studio was when they had to work on Obrafuor's album.
Yeah.
I think I have to jump into the next track, because I like the reviews. I have my own observation about the intro and the whole album, but I think that people don't even know that the album title, the Muka, was a song on the album.
It's a song on the album.
Right? So we're going to jump long. Please help us. So the track 2 is Muka itself.
Okay.
Why you not go play? Let me see. Oh, what the fuck?
Open the door. Acapulco Bay, and I'm about ocean. Shit, the force can bring. Yes, your friend don't bring. Snabo, I was bigger, we get up that thing. Electricity, my now you see crazy. When you talk about some power, my pocket him is hiding. Send me here with the drum, and I'm Madame Katrina. I swear, all the money matter, well, I, Superhana, clap on take up there, a bit more time, I got that, Achimota to Taifa. The idiot here, that's a lie, you get your fata, America, and Yanu who need the Comeka, Uncle Lafu baby, or change your Kenyatta, who could tap one plump, Obrafuor, me chain, but I got truck, but I got you. No break for my better me chalk, Charlie, make a talk, come to me if I would do that. Step out the same yes, Santi Memha, the my soul, my shit, I bind them two on your mask, yes, go, shake your right up and go. I was so cold, and Papo, Arabastan, this year, I don't feel good. Charlie, one food, and check the way you fool, the way you surround. When the man is kind, I can say, yeah, but I'm trying, crying, the cankai, and sign. Money, man, you begging, crying, no problem. So we need that, it's our fun time. Go to the
So let's pause it. Alright guys, so that was track 2 by Muka. The album title was a song on the album. I've heard a lot of people say, or people actually saying it wasn't a song on the album. No, it was a song on the album. Let me start from my mind. What do you think?
Alright, so what I couldn't do away was the way his rhyme scheme. Many people think now the current rappers are the wordplay, witty rap, but line be said, these are lines that will make you laugh. They are witty lines, and if Obrafuor was that visionary to begin that, like taking the mantle, then I believe like the song is dope, Charlie. The song there.
Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, I can feel Manifest took this Maka.
Yeah.
From the inspiration behind Maka.
Yeah, I think Manifest said Reggie Bayer say about Rafa Bayer also say Manifest Maka.
Yeah, I now understand why he said that. But I didn't listen to Paimuka. I was just thinking it was like following the train. Like he's after like Obrafuor, so he's the next after Obrafuor. That was what I was thinking. But listening to Paimuka and with the witty lines he's talking about, the Madame Katrin, yeah, this kind of it looked like kind of wordplay. In fact, they used to, yeah.
Oshin.
If you listen to Maka, there were some lines just like that. Top notch striker, nobody did. Yeah. So the inspiration of this wordplay, I'm sure, came from Paimuka. Yeah.
Long John.
Oh, I also heard 1 or 2 lines about him talking about their hustle during the. You see, this is typical African rap. He didn't show any extravagance in his lifestyle. Exactly what he was living was what he put into the music. So I think this is spot on. Talk about the rapper.
Zera.
So he mentions some portion about Santino to mention.
Yeah.
Yes. you can't brag. You no, why you go fish on Ashanti man? Nothing. They have gold. Like gold is there. What can you show them? So it's like you see that confidence was there. If the confidence is not in your staffer, Ejman don't even do it. So you realize that like with the rap, whatever he was saying, like I know what I'm about. So I'm being like firm to say whatever I can say. So if you listen to the rap, like whatever he's saying is like me Jimmy Hoodie, that kind of thing. So it was like, yo, it's like I'm putting my whole life in it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, like, yo, this is what I'm doing. That track.
So if you are 20 years old now, probably you were freshly born, baby, when this album came out. So if you are following Sarko, if you are following all the rappers that you're following now, you should know where the witty lines and where, you know, playing with metaphors and the similes began from. I mean, it started from Reggie's time, from Ago. But for Obrafuor to simplify rap, made it so attractive and made it so easy for people to want to appreciate it. I think that is where all these guys are coming from. Kwame, what do you think?
I think wordplay itself, seriously, it started no be today.
Yeah.
So we don't go fit talk say, oh, it be the new guys way right now, they be the top notch when it comes to wordplay, witty lines, and rap. Rap they day long time. The only thing is you can work your way around it, get your own style, maybe be a bit different, be a bit dynamic from what others have already done. But the thing with this boy show as a 20 years, which we are now still ripping, is unbelievable. 20 years, 20 years, and it is still fresh, new. It still sounds like it was made today. I don't know what I want to talk. It's amazing, Charlie.
One thing I can say though is that
Amazing.
track 1 and track 2 represent who Obrafuor
Truly is.
was, is, and shall forever be. I mean, most of the young guys rapping now have influence all over the world. So you hear them talk about guns and N-word and F-word and everything. It was only Side Lover. I mean, I wish we could have played our part, but it was only Side Lover who sounded like that. But Obrafuor from day one always had a plan. Track 3, Long John. Sorry, Simone.
Check me from head to toe. Obrafuor sign over your back is a commando. Spin and deep with the hole. You bring your mood, you need your bring your food if you fit low. I know baby, at me, and I do the piano, you flow. So cold, Emily can't feel it, but football, Tico. As my back, Mamika, at the same Mamma, or that, Sempa, Rapa, Jimmy, Chaka, Yampa, and Yentro, and Cry, Babo, Yagro, Economics and Quan into Biafro, Draw, Choco, Todo, Aleko, Charlie, feel free, say, and get degree, near the country, then Peco tea, I've been be really champagne, which is drink when you break, I get basking paint, say, what the chain, I say, you have 14, again, the Kumatia, and the Samagatia, the Rapping in the Yoda, Ramichana, the Tia, in Korea, Wawin Samitia, Obrafuor, Rap Software, and the Side Lover, one down your Jabba.
Now, Charlie, let me tell you who I am. See you are the funky African. Once again, with the executioner on the scene, it's getting hotter than trophy and yams. Charlie, come on now. See me before, hit it to the door. Friday night when it's off, I don't did it with the rock stone. But now I'm here with a rock for coming soon. Hitting every end from here to a crowd. Rapping on the tracks, keeping it fat. I know you love that, I know you like that. When I sing it, tell me, do you really like it black? I keep it dedicated. This one, educated. Gotta give it to my people up in the game. Obrafuor, bring it, the game is insane. The party is on, sweetie, let's go. Hold my hand, it is your last chance. Charlie, the party is on, sweetie, let's dance. Hold my hand, it is your last chance.
Okay. So the track we just listened to is Agonaso off the Muka album. I think it's track 3 on the album. I mean, track 2 technically, because the intro is not really part of the track listing. So, Kwame, what do you think? You know, some school of thought say that Hammer is the only producer. It's arguable, like, that all his songs that he produced, when he played to date, kicks are heavy, and the tones are always intact.
Yeah, but I think we can give thanks to some of the people that actually worked behind.
Like U-Beats.
You know, like U-Beats, DKB, David Bolton, and the rest. You know, those people played very, very good roles in making this sound what we are still hearing today. And Charlie, tone selections, as at that time, very simple. You know, they play plenty things.
I mean, how much did had he played a lot of tones in his beat?
Okay, because he didn't really play too much piano. I think he was very simple with his selections, but utilizing these instruments. These instruments are instruments that people don't really like to use when they are producing music now. That much, because they are short As soon as you touch them, they've ended. You touch, no, it end. So people don't like you sound like that like before. But him taking these instruments and turning it into such creation, Charlie, I'm away hard.
Eric, what do you think?
Yeah.
Agronaso, track 3.
I like the bragging in it.
No.
Yeah, they were bragging. That was what I was focused on. I wanted to keep listening. They kept bragging. Then CY Lover. I don't know why he wasn't big like Obrafuor. He's also good. Well, I said English version of Obrafuor. When he entered, execution was like also be Slay, King Slayer.
Jamila the Liberian, right?
Yeah. Size. What do you think, Long John?
I think I now understand why. I quite remember when I was a kid. Usually, there's this Peace FM show that talks about marriages and then family. But his raps used to get airplay on that show. So I didn't understand. You see, when I was growing up, the music that you just play to enjoy it. I now understand why they use his music, even though it's hip hop. The man really has morals and standard. In as much as he's making rap fun, he's speaking sense.
Zeda.
you know, with compositions like, with if you compare the current hip hop trend, I think MI or someone, he has an album. If you look at the track list, you look at the left one and the right one, the arrangement, like they all fall. If you are doing a comparison, they all follow. It's like he knows what he's about. Cause I'm trying to like, okay, so why did he put the song in track 3? You get, that's the first thing. Like, in as much as he started with the first intro with Muka, with this one, it takes a slow. It didn't go, but you still have the content in there. So looking at Obrafuor, fine. In as much as he's currently fine now, but it's like from when he started with, he had the people who were like, okay, so let's do everything right. Because looking at the arrangement, I'm sure if we continue, we'll end up being like, no, Charlie, they really understood their selection. It's not just children brain, like some of our artists that we have now. They don't know what they are really about. But the people who really took time to like craft this album, they took time to do the selection too as well. And I think it's really on point with whatever that they did, and where that song is being on the track 3 is really on point.
NYB.
Agronaso. So
after Muka.
okay,
It's Agronaso.
Basically, for me, I think Agronaso is one of the iconic songs that came out of the Muka album, because even as a child, it was easy for me to sing Agronaso. And even though it's a rap song, the hook is melodious. Agronaso, Brian sir, and the party is song. Like there's a whole vibe to it. It's rap with content, but the chorus is just something that everybody can sing along to, everybody can play with. And even when you go to the nightclubs, it's a slow jam actually, Agronaso.
And even with the language. The same local people.
The blend and everything. So
Okay, let's go to track 4 then. Yeah, Kokosa. Everybody's bumping, man. The last two.
What am I talking through? You see now, if they go on a high tempo,
Sani, Conconsani, Kufini, Moyana no pa, train, Crom, I said, oh, you come, Fiana Kukum, Nano Coco, Nane Tonton, Mammy to me, Nana, Jopo Hamasum, Tonton, the Mamma said to say, for Saku, Jojo, the Yamu Brevemba, I go for the Bema Wada, Ibo Kaba, and in the Shamba, the shadow son from Yamawa Kaba, Tela Sella, News Della, I did bet Chimbiana Okita Fella, and no more Samu Shego Champ with Jamela.
Hey, I saw it wrong.
Yes, me de ma cordia na misika. And to pass here, Brasia, Bidida, Muka, Kiddy, Mahumida, and Kika, be ready to me, Yameshi, the fruit pain, and then the hay, said, baby, I mean, I know they, Mona kind of messing, I did say, I know what I'm paying, or back, Concorsan, or back, Concorsan.
Alright, so this is what we're going to do, right? We're going to try and play another record for sake of time, and then we'll add the two songs together, and then we'll pick opinions from people, right? So let's do the next one. The game changer.
We need to see the tempo. I really see. What the one talk?
This was the game changer. Yeah. This was what. Everybody, hey! I'm afraid he can, hey! Hey!
New flavor, superpower, and if you want me a Obrafuor, Ghana rap software, to say Obrafuor, be a way, my first day, mechanic plane, we can go check, Nika, we see all your local, and the man up in your honey, every like the other one, I be your less over, try to get step by local, French one, me down, in brown, I feel good, la 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 la, champion, Jack Town, we defend the crown,
this was a game changer.
How many people even know French Prince of
Mini back home, mini dress.
For 40 days, I dare you, Charlie, you go holla. And my bad I was something in the Lala, with the Otim Kala. For last of all, the Yabriella La Sula, Cinderella. I can't fit and send a process with your way too. Unless I sweet spending, baby, prevent you while you grow. I think you wish you more. My cat, Miss Anka, when I say I told me lie. I try, if you could not try, Obrafuor when it's down for slide. Let me go fast and move, can be a 10 blessing. Let me go down, make cash, I will say, blessing. Stop you, listen. Now I'm having missing.
I know the Reggie factor, man.
I mean, for those of us who love music, one thing that we are happy about, even though Obrafuor is not getting what he really deserves in the music industry in terms of royalties, in terms of leverage, in terms of brand, position and everything, we are happy that at least people do respect the fact that he was one of the game changers, if not the game changer Charlie, guys, what do you guys think? Openly, it's an open floor. 2 songs. Konkonsa and Yanum. Yanum was the big hit though.
Yanum. Biggest among.
Yeah, it
the
was the
listeners.
biggest hit. It was the biggest hit. Yeah. So we are back. So Zed, you're saying something?
So Konkonsa is kind of like an advice. So you know, people who gossip about others, you know how their life is like. Like you don't focus on yours, always about. So it's like you have your end result. So it was kind of like an advice. Muka, what you call it? Yanum. The what I can remember about Yanum, there's a video. Okay, there's a video, and Obrafuor was introduced by Reggie Rockstone on a big stage, and he called him Obrafuor. So that video, like you see that video, he wasn't wearing any shirt.
No.
It was a stadium or
also carnival.
Like yo, if you get someone shot like that, and you're looking at the person, you're like, okay, then or babe. But look at the charge, and you see the rap. It was straight. No cap, like bars. So
bar to bar.
So if this thing becomes an inspiration for you, fine. And yet, it's not everybody who would agree. So this person was an inspiration, but one way or the other, we copy and we make it better. Yeah. So I feel most of the current generation, they took their time to learn from what he's doing. It's not this and a foreign artist or whatever. It is because if you are going to rap, you are thinking of the local people here. You're not thinking of the outside market. So most of them took the song. I can say it like they listened to how he did his flow and chose to like craft it to suit them as well. Because I don't think you'll be listening to foreign rap before you'll be able to do what he's doing now.
Anybody else?
So Yanum was more of like an anthem.
Yep. The anthem.
It was the anthem because, as you said, every child knew how to rap this. Like me, safe. We used to rap it. Every corner you go to school and you see people rapping. The people want to outshine each other by rapping it verbatim, word for word. So this was like arguably the biggest song at that time, and it was so amazing. Just if you hear Yanum, you know what follows. Yanum Munti.
Kind of like some announcement.
And he also added his name to it. In total crab, I first saw Obrafuor was Obrafuor me marketing strategy.
Eric, what do you think?
I call Yanum the first warning.
Yeah.
It was like Charlie. Odena. A bit proud. A bit proud. And as I was saying, it was this Obrafuor. I think 2 years ago, I was watching TV, a documentary about Will Smith, and I saw Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I was like, when I'm to so like the guy wasn't like only Ghana conscious, like was straight or Brandon as for no or widening his scope. Or straight
it's a rap now.
Yes. Like so the BBR we are going in a year of return. What bar now? Oh sure we are yes okay.
Yeah.
And then this was concern. I'll say it's the mother of Equity songs. Charlie, first, compound house. Compound house. You have an issue with somebody, then you playing this song. Charlie, don't talk. Just play this song.
The song will answer it for you.
Everything.
Just walk around.
Kwame.
Do I have to talk from the producer's point of view?
Oh no, your general opinion about the song, the two songs.
Like I say, this song we go some funa for Nkoko.
I'm going to tomorrow.
You know say Nkoko there that be where Tico.
Yeah.
That's small cars.
We take climb the mountain.
It be in there, they take climb the mountain. We dey plenty for there. Charlie, the time where this song come, at the kai pass some funeral like that, they go for there, then Nkoko there. This song. You did one Tico inside, you did pass another.
You go
here. You drop for station. It dey inside. Me and Kasa my headphone, my Sony small Walkman. We trust me, my puppy try for me. It dey inside. I dey rap the thing. they talk nonsense. My puppy they drive they into it, they knock in head. So right now, what you want to talk? What's that?
Long John.
We all talk about the composition.
Yeah.
I've now followed the whole pattern and realized that he really knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
This is not a hype thing. If you really want to understand what you are saying, try and get a copy.
Try.
It's like gospel music. It started on a slow note.
And it's taking you on a journey.
Yeah, on a journey. So you can see you all got along when you got to this side. This is like the praises.
Yeah.
You can't, whoever you are, you not. This music will take you.
Can't resist.
And the content, oh Charlie, this one should be a prophet.
Actually, you know, in 2015, I had a chance to sit down with Obrafuor, exclusive on Tigo Music, and he told me that. I asked him a question. I said, "Bra, among all the rappers I've heard, from Reggie to Sydney and everybody, it's like you came with a plan. Some artists say they come with a plan when they become successful, and some artists actually do come with a plan." And he said, "Nanaya, I came with a plan. Do you know his plan? I will rap till I die without using profanity in my music."
Yeah.
So no ass, no, and if you want proof, listen to Pimpana, Bisa featuring Obrafuor featuring Bisa Kede. And even when Bisa said in the song about Impenanchia, Obrafuor said, "Man, worry one son me Just so you know that was the plan. I'm happy that, I mean, like I'm doing this because you see, there are a lot of millennials who are probably will watch this video and will get to understand why some of the old folks say the Muka album was the game changer. At least you will get to have a feel of it. Charlie, you can next try. Me the cash you.
According to T and some quite. A dream.
The drink.
You could never be not say your friend when you're born in. Ghana man where you be and you have fun training, treasure Ghana man and person money. If you back on it, me pop up Johnny Bonnet. The man something about furniture Ghana man say Muti, me Obrafuor me what for good from my mother you made you move to me you say ngara assassin me e ya body de my mujana na me figunya de to come my dumien who I am me de was also say yes we
all time.
So man you move Emma so and it decided why your mama Ghana will back as lawyer for my baby son for the driver for my baby Safita for tailor for my baby Sababa for my baby for
Obrafuor, Ghana rap so for.
Straight about for I'm on your back. Say yes, the fact. When you will so you back on you come boom and boom. Grab that something.
This one, before this political party is there. But you go feel affiliate to what they happen right now.
Kenyan Kwame and San Yao, Australia as I say ya and San Yao, and I know Musama for and San Yao, Ye Kwame Kuma Paye, Kenyan Kwame and San Yao, Australia as I say ya and San Yao, and I know Musama for and San Yao, Ye Kwame Kuma Paye, for procurement with the Hammer Ghana, the Fred of Sackful, Kwame Kuma. You go within, with your weird thing, but we are saying you're gonna talk about your hand. You didn't perform my body.
Truly be executioner. He be executioner.
We just have to say, Shoma, think I'm a do to say with my home, back home, when you're this Saberma, when you're free to Saberma, but no other Roma, Mama Ghana, Yafa, who did, yes, I'm saying, you know, Munya, Asuna, Muti, Rikete, Mama, home, so, Rikete, Mama, home, so, Rikete, Mama, home, so, Rikete. Nima wo homeso, rekete nima wo homeso, rekete wa nima wo homeso. Hausa, achem, lagomba, grind. Ghana for Musa, Osage for the Kwame Kuma brother Jensa. Nana no penny from the Mokato Hoji Ghana, May my so yet Tunsa. After money Ghana, Bush, Beransa, my force and Moment Jensa. In the Chechi Japa, yes, more Tunsa. If I money can come again and in bed was here, the moment money trace up. Oh my Ghana, Quasso, oh my penny Quasso,
Obrafuor,
me Quasso, oh my Quasso.
Should we do the next track or we should talk about it? Next track, let's go. The production, man.
Adia Chambia Abba, Nipedia, Benny Coffee, Macola, Nikitia, Kitty Kitty Kitty, a bit on India, a branch here, Jumadin to Waketia, Sikanya, Sikanya, Wabrekita, a woman say a bring a minty die, Dida, a bit see much, I'm an amenity wound to that. In I was so I didn't have a dream moja, my tyco down some me mamma Jemrifa, or Brother Boy Yading, and so was your bombarding. Obi so again, Obi support me, okay, said the TV, Brody said no pain, no gain. So 1 2 3 4 won't mean she's self-contained. Obrafuor me casa 10 sister Jaja, and I'm talking about the high. Me now come and fly, and soon now come and lie. But yeah, fully shed over then up a flying tie. January, February, May, June, July. 1999, please no fuck with the hala, Charlie Alawalai. A man won't popo, I better set to Moko. I brought one sem, Otelema, Ubetunko. I said my baby, and Russian cootie, Susu Bibi. And first you can not be by any trophy. Baby, Andrea, I am hot. As long as one is over, Obin to me, just a work for thoughts. I see it in a high cost. Obin to me, just a work for thoughts. I see it in a high cost.
Oh, pause it and say something. Pause it and say something. Because
I don't know, but Ghana is look, Ghana, we have a problem. This guy in some other country can be a religion.
people can worship him.
I'm serious. This man here can be a religion. He doesn't address just like a group of people. He speaks like he's speaking to the whole public.
But Obrafuor is a prophet, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. How come such a person isn't even mentioned when we are talking about like the greatest? But then when we are talking about the pace setters, we don't even regard him. Such a man shouldn't die before he has his own statue or he has something named after him. But we are waiting for something worse to happen before we even. This look. Do you know what came in mind when I heard this?
But I second the statue.
Bob Marley.
I second the statue.
Hey, Bob Marley. This you can't have this habit in Jamaica. Blow like this, and you become a nobody after 20 years.
Wait, a statue in a museum.
Serious?
You know,
this is a music.
Somebody once said that. Somebody asked him. I've forgotten the station. I think it was on him and recently about all the things happening. And Obrafuor made a comment, and I want to ask him one day that does he still have the book?
Yeah.
You know, because it's talking about museum. These are some of the things that we need to.
Yeah.
We can probably auction for people to buy or keep for people to go and see. You know, so if he has it, maybe he can put it out there for people to know, right? What do you think?
Okay, so let's start with Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah was an iconic song, not just the audio.
The video.
What video? Like the video for Kwame Nkrumah.
The one he used one small boy.
No, the video was when he was.
Only him and three.
It was the first time.
That was the first.
That was the first time in Ghana.
Someone.
Ibrahim had brought.
Then you come
pass the same person.
So shout outs to the big man, Mr. Abraham Ohene-Jan.
Yes.
For me, the driving force for the song. The driving force for the song was actually the video, which was in its own right also a game-changing one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Ghana videos there, we used to see Reju sit in front of his house on his bike.
And then walk on the streets.
And the flowers. And the flowers.
He never they go for only the 11 video where you shoot, but all the time you go shoot for your office. But 3 people. And if you don't know Obrafuor personally, like most of us who did not know him at that time, you think, hey, they are triplets.
Are they triplets?
No, you even say they are triplets. Because you don't know them, they are triplets.
No, there was that argument in town that the Obrafuor people made 3.
And the sync was there. And the sync was there. And you're wondering, how did they do this? Even after getting to know that it's one person, how did they do this? So the video in this song, right, was game changing. The song is of content direction. If Kwame Nkrumah was to be alive, or even in his grave, he will be smiling and be like, Hey, me but we do what
This is legit.
You know, I've always said that Ghana has a lot of rich history that we don't talk about. And I've always challenged the filmmakers to say that, I mean, it's not always about love and sex that Ghana is known for. The Kwame Nkrumah song by Obrafuor is a typical example. You can actually take the song and turn it into a movie. In this on this same album, Silava also paid respect to Jerry John Rawlings. But I'm sure because we didn't play that record, so maybe that part of the record, so maybe people didn't hear. But these were young guys who were 20 to 22 years who had thought about 20 years from that time. So if any filmmaker is watching, you want to write and get good reviews on those Netflix and whatever that you're looking to go on, these are some of the stories you can use. But hey, it's only love and sex.
No, but quite unfortunately, I don't know how accessible the album is. I don't know quite how accessible the album is. I don't know if it's on all the platforms, the current platforms. I don't know about the CDs and the cassettes. But the current platforms that you can go on, I'm sure they will, if it's not there, they will definitely work on. But I can which okay, River, that's old.
No, but actually we check the other stores. They are there. The album is there. Spotify is there. iTunes is there. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So good enough. At least as the concert will be done, as we keep on talking about him, it shouldn't be let's talk about him today and we're done. And I don't like the portion whereby we make so much noise, then we're done. We don't act on it. You get me? I don't maybe I've not seen it before, but I don't know which talent show that I've seen Obrafuor on as a judge. Has there ever been something like that?
No.
It's not as if fine, I know much about Obrafuor not being the person who likes the limelight and all that. He likes that low-key stuff. But have any of these up-and-coming artists made that extra effort to go to him? Oh, Nana T, like, give me an advice or something. Yo, this person will be willing and ready to do. Because I know people who work with him directly. And when I listen to the conversation, he's human. He's accessible to most of people. But it's just that, also maybe you're old school. Into your hair, old school.
Obrafuor likes new artists a lot. I know there's one guy many people have forgotten about him. It's called Turas. Turas had a record, and Obrafuor said, you know, and people were like, wow, it's Turas, Obrafuor's artist, blah blah blah. Obrafuor was, yes, and JMD I did a post, and JMD came to comment and said that Stonebwoy came over when they were recording Ghetto Love. And then he wanted to be on the record so bad. DMJ opened the microphone for him, and Obrafuor said, "I like what he did." And then so they put Stonebwoy on Ghetto Love. So I get your point that most of these young guys probably think he's not accessible, but I mean, if you find time, Brian Mike there, he's always available. And to add to your point, right? This 20th anniversary, the team did everything. They did merchandise, all forms of merchandise, from cabs to whatever. I feel it's a generational problem that most of these young millennials didn't grow up on this album. So when you are talking about it, if I say, oh, it kind of sound like
a cake.
Yeah, I say, oh, then I'll kind of sound. So maybe that is why most of the new cats, the new crop of young musicians don't really, kind of understand why people say he is the ultimate.
Yeah, I would like to chip in a little bit. You see, what you're saying is true. But another thing I also feel is maybe them putting him out on digital market, as in social media and stuff, is also another problem. Our current breed of journalists are very interested in unnecessary stuff. That's the truth.
But Samuel Kami had the same issue with me. He said, Nana, Matunyum 22 years. You see me come from a bar sana. Yeah, but
look at someone like Samini. I know his time will also come. We'll have to discuss that. Look, there are a lot of very, very good people we can be talking about. But today you open the internet and it is, this one has gone nude, this one has insulted. We have time to write. And when you say it right now, they'll tell you that they want traffic. What traffic won't get you, what sort of traffic you wouldn't get from this kind of music?
And even the radio, the radio is not playing anymore.
Traditional media also isn't.
It's not playing. I mean, as for the video, I would have wished as part of the 20th anniversary, they would have reshot the video the same way it was. Like
just
for the Kwame Nkrumah video, like in 2019, shoot it the same. I mean, it can be better than it was.
Yeah.
But I mean, budget and everything. But hey, they try.
Kwame Nkrumah song. If you know the history of Kwame Nkrumah, from where he started.
When are you being
Tourism.
grandson? Yeah. You with them.
Yeah. See, there were some people who started the fight for our independence. Then Kwame Nkrumah joined.
Yeah.
And bring it to our music, rap. There are some people who started before Obrafuor joined. But the change and the impact Obrafuor did, symbolically,
To the Kwame Nkrumah thing. You're a smart guy, because that is also indirectly, that's the meaning of that record.
Yeah.
Yeah. The change he brought is the same thing Kwame Nkrumah did.
Yeah.
He gained independence, though there were some people who started that movement. But he came and he did it for us. Obrafuor joined, and his first shot, which is Muka album, changed everything. I heard then my father was telling me rap music wasn't accepted. They wouldn't even play it on radio.
No.
But Muka was being played on radio.
Kwame.
Kwame Nkrumah. And Nico Bebre. Yo, the name Executioner was, I think he showed it right on top of all the songs. See, the beat comes in like some normal movie beat. We are expecting, on a normal day we'll be expecting somebody to, I can't rap. But he picks the beat first. Watch the kind voice texture way when he put for top, you go like.
And uses that.
Then you go use some. Who does that?
Obrafuor does that.
Obrafuor does that. You know. And then the second song, he's talking about suffering, lifestyle, and all those things. I was expecting to hear what I heard on the Kwame Nkrumah record, because that was emotional. That was talking about fight for our country and everything. Then now when he changed the topic, the guy now spoke like, are they in the thing? The
they hustle with you.
inside, that they hustle plus you. Wait here again, what make I talk?
Next tune.
Charlie, next tune.
Next tune.
Let me help you. You have to press this thing one. And then, so where are we here?
Yeah, last
Yeah,
one.
last one.
No, I think we need to do song about
Yeah.
So I think we're done. So let's,
Outro.
the outro.
You know they actually have an original.
Yeah.
And so they have like two by Mukas on the album.
The outro is crazy.
You need to hear the
Wow, boy, so let me assess. Then I'll tell you.
He doesn't joke with God.
Now, man,
From start to finish.
He's a prophet.
He
Checking
doesn't
up on
joke with
your
tradition itself.
Yeah.
and quack. Yeah, that was it. Say your pet.
Now good sound.
Yeah, no good. What I say?
Yow.
Yeah, that was you, me and coupon. Yeah, that was you, da. Yeah, that was you. Yeah, doing it. Yeah, come.
No, that was the first place of vibe, eh?
I'm in Kobe Crew. Taifa. All the peeps are there. Fadama, Abeka, La Paz, East Legon, La Bonnie, Muka, Lima, the whole Accra. Osenkro,
Laboni in Labani.
Ota, CPC, Swami, Ashdown, the whole Ghana, the whole Ghana. Hey, brother Johnny, Mestre, nice flavor. Ajamar.
You know mysteries. If I tell you the mysteries,
Rose and Bonsa. Ah, my guy.
You the joke?
Open
Raps up.
for run away from the game.
See it? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I mean, you heard the songs. We tried our best to play all the records on the Muka album. It's 20 years old and it still sounds as if it was just produced and released. Yo, the reason why we trying to push for album to be one of the biggest in the Ghana Music Awards is because as an artist, that is what defines you. If you're able to piece together an idea to form, it's like having a baby. You know, when you have sex with a woman and the baby comes out, that's how an album is. It's like, you know, so
Spring.
yeah. And it's listen, people are saying all sorts of things, but I believe these guys have tried their best. So I'm going to pick everybody's last words before I say mine. Long John, last words. Final words. They say last words are wrong. Final words.
Okay, so I think
It's even wrong though. Final words has been wrong.
I think this man right here needs to be celebrated, and it's what every celebration give him. And I also think we are not even doing enough to put the effort and the work he plays in this.
At all. We are not
doing enough. What we are doing is just like 20% of what we are supposed to do. And I think there's more room for improvement as we grow in the industry.
Zeda, final, all the wrong words.
So whichever way we tend to see it, it's like the album is a foundation to greatness for everyone. I personally will take my time to listen to it again. I'll definitely get something out of it, and I'll try and advise most of the up and coming and everyone, whether you've made it or not. You will find you realize you made mention of, he said he wouldn't do any profane.
No.
Not a single word. There's no curse word. Not a single. And everything in there makes sense for him. So fine. You want to catch up with the trend, but you can also craft yours.
Yeah.
So you can just use this as a benchmark for yourself.
Eric.
Gratitude. The outro. If you want to make it, be grateful. And I think that's what helped Muka and Obrafuor for these 20 years. You were mentioning some names, you were expecting some names, then he'll mention it.
Yeah.
He'll mention it. You'll mention, I don't know, I'm bored with them, it will drop. So what I would say is that every upcoming artist, everybody, whether you're an artist, whether you're a mower, everything you are doing, be grateful.
Gratitude is a must.
Gratitude is a must.
Anyway.
So basically, Muka was
serve you coffee.
a game changing album which every new rapper who has come up will say Obrafuor in a way influenced the way they rap or the way they articulate, and even the person with him as Ghana's biggest export, Sarkodie, says Obrafuor is someone he looks up to. That is big. So if all the artists could come up and then every day celebrate it, like the way Nigerians will celebrate Tubaba, just at the mention of Tubaba and everybody is like bowing down, that would solidify the name Obrafuor. For the Muka album, 20 years, kudos to the production team, last two, to the executive producer Maso, who invested into such a craft at a young age.
Business,
You get it. So it's amazing. And thank you, Obrafuor. I'm saying thank you for all the rappers in Ghana right now, because your album was what got us accepted on traditional media.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
thank you.
Kwame, final. Let's wrap up.
Wow. I think that what I would like to add is this guy has actually defined the word trade when it comes to being a musician. With what I've heard, you notice that the guy actually knows the trade. He knows what making an album is. This used to be a cassette, and this is a cassette that you buy, and I'm sure you can play from the top to the end.
Yep.
And you won't, I don't think you skip one song. I think the new crop of artists will have to, think a little about learning more of how this whole trade began. And I think looking up to Obrafuor could turn a lot of artists into such big names sooner. My final, Obrafuor has been one of the best in this country, and he needs to be celebrated. One problem we have in this country is we tend to forget very early the quality of things that we have in this country. We need to start picking up all those qualified artists and make the world notice that most of the trendy stuff that is going out there, and Africa is becoming who they are, whether high life, hip life, comes from the proud West. We shouldn't forget that. Obrafuor, a salute. Why
Alright, so you heard it from the people. This is not a TV show, this is not a show, this is just we having a conversation. So this will be edited raw. It's like a podcast. It's coming out raw like that with the drinks and everything that you see and the pausing and everything. But I will try and do this thing more. I'll try and sit down with people and then take you guys back to some of the legends. Obrafuor is a legend to me just because of one thing. He's a better high life artist than most of your favorite high life artists ever.
Yeah, man.
So if listen, I'm saying it again. Obrafuor is a better high life artist. If you are in the era where high life was dominant, Obrafuor has a song with Kofi B. Go check it out and come and tell me if I'm lying or not. Brown Mike, you know where I stand when it comes to you. I wish that there were people like us here who always remember what you have done and what you're continuing to do for the industry. God bless you, and we will push and make sure the whole world hear what you have done. I mean, listen, 1999 Jay-Z released Rockaware, and it's the biggest thing because of where he's coming from, because of the people believed and they sold the Rockaware thing to the world. If Ghanaians decide to sell Obrafuor to the world will know that in 1999 there was a certain Obrafuor who also changed the conversation in music. God bless us all. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nanaya. See you again.